Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So before I get into anything else, for anyone who hasn't seen my favorites video, I did let anyone who did see that video know that I'm very excited that we already hit over 50 subscribers, and I put some thought into it, and once we hit 100 subscribers I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So I just wanted to put that out there for anyone who hasn't seen the other video. I just wanted to make sure, you know, I gave everyone a fair chance to know what was going on. Now let's get into what this video is about, which is going to be the BHCosmetics Glam Reflections L'Amour palette. I'm sorry, I know it's really bright so you can't even really see clearly, but if I can actually get this open, that'd be fantastic. Here we go. But it's this gorgeous palette right here. I mean, first of all, there's a huge mirror in here, which I don't want to blind anyone, so I'm not going to show you, but pretty much the entire lid itself is a mirror. But they have some gorgeous colors in here. As you can see, I've already done my makeup. Every color I have on my eyes is strictly from this palette. And just to stick with the theme, all the brushes that I use to do my makeup were all from BHCosmetics as well. Now I have about 4 different sets of BHCosmetics brushes. I've never ever actually used any of their palettes or eyeshadows. This was my first delve into their eyeshadows. So yeah, I'm not going to ramble on too much. I'm going to keep the beginning short and sweet, and if you want to see how I put together the look that I have on my eyes now, then just keep watching. So first, as usual, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Age Rewind in the color Fair. Get some of that on the back of my hand. Here I'm picking up a concealer brush, and I'm going to be using that to sweep it all over my eyes. And then I'm going to use my finger to buff it in, just so I have a nice bright base to make those colors pop. Now here I'm grabbing a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals Illuminate Duo, and I'm going to be dipping into the transparent setting powder, and I'm going to use that to set my eyes before we go in with the shadows. So now I'm taking this pencil brush, and I'm going to be picking up the BHCosmetics palette. Unfortunately, they don't have names, so I'm going to be picking up this peachy baby pink type of color. And I'm going to be using that not only as a transition shade, but also to sort of map out exactly where I'm going to be going in with the darker color. Now here I'm grabbing a tapered and angled fluffy blending brush. I'm going to use that to keep all my blending in the corners and along the crease, and do my best not to disturb the center of the eyelid. Now grabbing that pencil brush again, I'm going back into the palette, and I'm going to be picking up this plummy sort of mauve shade. It's not very dark, as you'll see in a second, but it is much darker than the shade that we previously used. Now here I'm going to be pulling the skin taut a little bit, because I want this darker shadow to angle down and then fade out into nothing. I don't want a sharp line. And once again, going in with that same angled blending brush from before, I'm going to go over that new color that I just put down and make sure there's no harsh lines. Now here I'm specifically grabbing an angled detail brush, because I want to go in and I want to try to make the next shadow that I'm putting down come out into almost like a triangle out from the darker color that is already on my eyes. So I'm using the angled brush to kind of help create the shape that I want. So I keep dipping back and forth into that champagne color, trying to build it up to the intensity that I would like. And every time I pay attention to try and keep with that shape that I'm trying to create. Looking back on the color here, I still didn't really get the payoff that I wanted. So I decided to go back into the palette, and I'm going into this more gold, deeper champagne shade. And I'm going to go pick up another brush now, like a flat, small shader brush. And I'm going to start tapping that over where I laid down the first champagne shade. Here I'm still doing the same thing, but I decided to just switch back to that angled brush so that I could get closer to the other shade without disturbing it. Once again, I'm going over everything with that fluffy blending brush just to continue to make sure there aren't any harsh lines. So here I decided that I wanted to try and darken up the inner corners again. So I just grabbed the pencil brush from before, dip back into that mauve plummy shade, and go over it again. Now I'm going into the matte white that's in the palette. I'm going to be grabbing a flat shader brush, and I'm going to use that to highlight under my brow bone. Once again, I'm grabbing that blender brush to go over everything and smooth out any harsh lines. So now going back into that first shade that I started with again, and the same pencil brush which I have just wiped off on a towel, I'll be taking that shade and going across the lower lash line. And now picking up this milk chocolate color from the palette on that same pencil brush, I'm going to go over that same color I just put down on my lower lash line. Now taking this extremely tiny pencil brush, I'm going to be going into this very light satiny pink shade in the palette, and I'm going to be using that for the inner corners of my eyes. I want to try to intensify that color, so I'm going to take my Mario Badescu facial spray. I'm going to grab some more of that color, and then I'm going to spray it directly onto the brush and then apply that to the inner corners of my eye. Here I'm taking the Rimmel Scandaleyes Eye Kohl in black, and I'm going to be lining the inner rim of my bottom waterline. Taking this small angled detail brush, I'm going to be going into this charcoal color in the palette, and I'm going to be using that to set that liner under my eyes. Now I'm taking the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I'm going to tightline my upper lash line, and then I'm going to create small wings. And now I'm going to be using Benefit's Bad Gal Bang Mascara to prep my lashes for falsies. I'm going to use that on my upper lashes, and then I'm going to use it for my lower lashes as well. Of course, I'm using my favorite Kiss Lashes in Ritzy. So I initially thought that I was going to really like this color from Maybelline's Matte Ink collection for this look, but I don't know, for whatever reason I decided I didn't like it, so I very quickly ended up removing it and then decided to go on with 2 other colors instead. So I decided to grab this sample shade that I had from Colourpop called Bad Habit, and I'm gonna apply that all over my lips first. So on top of Bad Habit, I'm going to be going over with another shade I have called Dopey, just to give it some depth and dimension. So yeah, that's the finished look there. I love these colors. I love the colors. I love the shadows. Super impressed by BHCosmetics. I've, you know, only ever used their brushes. I've been using their brushes for years. So I've always loved their brushes, no issues there. And for whatever reason, I've never actually, you know, tested out their eyeshadows. It honestly never occurred to me. And then they came out with this particular palette that they had been teasing on their Instagram page, and I mean, the colors are beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're right up my alley. It's the type of colors that I go for, and you know, I really wanted to see what I could do, and I thought with this palette there were colors that I thought were fun and that I was into, and it would be a nice, you know, way to test the waters with BH shadows and see how I felt about them. And they're beautiful. They blend super easily. They're really pigmented, which I have to say, I don't know why I was surprised by it, but I was. But like I said, very pleasantly surprised. So if you've been thinking about this palette or any of the eyeshadows or any palettes from BH, I would say give it a go. They're not very expensive. They're right in line with Colourpop, I would say, price wise. And actually, I would say as far as quality wise too, because I love Colourpop. I love Colourpop. I love their shadows. And I've never had any issues with Colourpop either. And so now I have, you know, another company that I can go to and get things from, because, you know, I'm excited now and I want to now start to kind of delve into what else they have. I know they have foundations and concealers and whatnot. So I'm really intrigued now and ready to, you know, start finding out some more about BHCosmetics and what other hidden gems they have. So there's that. If you're still here, then thank you so much for sitting with me through the video. If you haven't already, then please subscribe. If you have already subscribed, then please hit the notification bell. And if you haven't already, but you did like the video, then please hit thumbs up so I know you like the video. And that's all for today. You have a good day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.